Welcome back everyone. Line by line explanation of Macbeth Act 4 Scene 1, a very important scene. Prepare this scene well, all the long answer questions and short answer questions for your exam. This is a one-shot session. Cavern, a dark cave, in the middle, a boiling cauldron, thunder, enter the three witches. The reappearance of the three witches is significant. Let us quickly study what is the dramatic significance of Act 4 Scene 1. Prepare an answer, a short answer question. What is the dramatic significance of Act 4 Scene 1? Well, the reappearance of the witches is linked with Macbeth's destiny. What is the meaning of this? Just as the witches symbolized Macbeth's entrance on the path of crime. In the beginning, we saw Macbeth's degeneration. We saw the beginning of Macbeth's degeneration and the witches were present. And now, when Macbeth is awaiting his impending punishment, these witches are present. Now their evil presence is prophetic of his punishment. And by evil suggestions and ambiguous, unclear, vague sayings, these witches inspire in Macbeth a false confidence, overconfidence, and send him on to ruin. Very, very important. Point number 2. The elaborate ritual of witchcraft creates an atmosphere of foreboding and suspense and thereby keeps up the audience's interest in the course of the action. These 2 points, you must keep these 2 points in mind. First witch, thrice the brinded cat hath mewed. Thrice. Now the number 3 is a mystic number and it is associated with witchcraft. What is the meaning of brinded? Striped, streaked. And cat, grey malkin, the first witch is familiar. 3 times has my attendant spirit, striped cat mewed. Second witch, thrice and once the hedge pig whined. Thrice and once, and my attendant spirit, the hedgehog, has cried 4 times. 4 times. And witches loved odd numbers. Here, what is hedge pig? Hedge pig is the hedgehog. Whined, cried out, and the familiar of the second witch was a toad in Act 1 Scene 1. Here it is a hedgehog. Third witch, Harpier cries, it is time, it is time. Who is Harpier? The familiar of the third witch. A corrupt form of harpy, a classical monster with the face of a woman, the body of a vulture and sharp claws. Harpier, my attendant spirit, cries to tell me that it is time. Time for what? Time for us to cast the magic spell. It is time to begin. First witch, round about the cauldron go, in the poison entrails throw. Let us go round the cauldron and let us drop into it the poisoned entrails of animals. And entrails, before that, what is cauldron? Cauldron is a large boiling vessel like a basin. Let us throw into the cauldron the poison entrails, the intestines of a poisoned or poisonous animal, perhaps the toad of the next line. Toad that under cold stone days and nights has 31 sweltered venom sleeping got, boil thou first in the charmed pot. Let us first boil the toad which remained lying beneath a cold stone for 31 days and nights, during which time it sweated poison while it was asleep. Let us boil this first in the cauldron. So what are these witches doing? They are trying to cast a magic spell. Toad, a favorite of the witches. And what is venom? Venom is poison. After this, charmed pot. It is the magic cauldron. Double, double, toil and trouble, fire burn and cauldron bubble. Double. The repetition of the word is incantatory, associated with charms, magic spells, and witchcraft. The purpose of the charm is to double the hardships and sorrows of the world. Fire burn. May the fire burn. And these two lines, double, double and fire burn, these two lines are magic incantation needed for the occasion. Magic spell, magic charm. Let the cauldron boil and simmer, and let toil and trouble be doubled. So the intention, what do you think about the intention of these witches? They want to double the hardships and sorrows of the world. Second witch, fillet of a fenny snake. What is fillet? A slice. Strictly a narrow boneless strip rolled together and tied round. And fenny, fen inhabiting, living in low marshy lands. Fillet of a fenny snake in the cauldron boil and bake. They are throwing these ingredients one after the other. Eye of newt, newt, water lizard, and toe of frog, wool of bat, wool, soft feathers, and tongue of dog, adder's fork, and blind worm sting, adder, viper, small poisonous snake, and fork means forked tongue, blind worm, the slow worm, a small reptile which is a link between lizards and serpents. Its eyes are very small, hence it is called blind. Now, lizard's leg and owlet's wing for a charm of powerful trouble. This is the purpose. They want to cast a magic spell of powerful trouble, like a hell broth bubble, and boil and bubble. Let us boil and bake in the cauldron the pieces of a snake caught in a fen. Let us prepare a powerful charm from the eye of a newt, the toe of a frog, the hair of a bat, tongue of a dog, the forked tongue of a snake, the sting of a glowworm, the leg of a lizard, and a wing of an owl. Let us prepare this strong broth for the devil. This is the purpose of all these activities of the witches. They have reappeared in order to conjure up the evil, the devil. Double, double, toil and trouble, fire burn and cauldron bubble. Repetition. Third witch, scale of dragon, tooth of wolf, witch's mummy, maw and gulf. We have witch's mummy, the fried corpses of witches. Of the ravined salt sea shark, root of hemlock digged in the dark. We have alliteration. Just observe the figures of speech. What is hemlock? Hemlock is a plant used in medicines but highly poisonous in improper doses. These ingredients are not normal ingredients. These ingredients are associated with witchcraft. Liver of blaspheming Jew, gall of goat, and slips of ewe, silvered in the moon's eclipse. What is the meaning of gall? Gall means bile, and goat, a symbol of impurity in the Bible. Now, quickly write down the meaning of blaspheming. Talking irreverently of the divine being. Jew, the type of godlessness to Christians of that age, of the Elizabethan age. Therefore, blaspheming Jew. And then we have yew, believed to be poisonous. This tree is planted in churchyards and has thus a melancholy association. Let us also put into the cauldron the scaly skin of a dragon, the tooth of a wolf, the mummy of a witch, the stomach of a ravenous shark in a salty sea, the root of the poisonous hemlock dug out in the dark, the liver of an unbelieving Jew, the bile of a goat, something taken from a poisonous yew tree during an eclipse of the moon. And then what else? nose of Tark and Tatar's lips, finger of birth strangled babe, ditch delivered by a drab. Tatar, a native of Central Asia, and Turks and Tatar was regarded by Elizabethans as types of extreme cruelty and malignity. Birth strangled, strangled to death as soon as born because it was illegitimate, and babe means baby. Ditch delivered, given birth to in a ditch. And what is the meaning of drab? Low class prostitute. What else? What are the other ingredients? The nose of a heathen Turk, the lips of a Tatar, the fingers of a baby born of an evil woman in a ditch and strangled at birth. And let us make this broth thick and sticky. Make the gruel, broth, soup, potion, thick and slab, sticky. Add thereto a tiger's chaudron for the ingredients of our cauldron. Then let us add to it the intestines of a tiger to prepare the ingredients of our charm. Again, the repetition, double, double, toil and trouble, fire, burn and cauldron bubble. Second witch, cool it with a baboon's blood, then the charm is firm and good. So, what are they doing? They are preparing a magic spell. They are doing it in a firm and stable manner, correctly prepared by adding the essential ingredients. Let the broth be cooled with the blood of a baboon, then the charm will be quite strong and effective. Enter Hecate, the goddess of witchcraft. Enter Hecate to the other three witches. Hecate, oh well done. In the previous scene we saw Hecate angry with the three witches, and now she is very happy. I commend your pains. She is very happy and she is appreciating the work done by the three witches, and everyone shall share in the gains. And now about the cauldron sing, like elves and fairies in a ring, enchanting all that you put in. All that you put in, all the ingredients. And all means every ingredient. Music and a song, black spirits and etc. Hecate retires, second witch. By the pricking of my thumbs, something wicked this way comes. Open, locks, whoever knocks. And we have now the arrival of Macbeth. Hecate says, well done, appreciates, I'm pleased with your efforts, and each one of you will have a share of the reward. Now let us go round the cauldron, singing and dancing like elves and fairies in a ring. But they are not elves and fairies. They are not as delicate as elves and fairies. They are witches, uttering the magic spell on the things we are putting in the cauldron. The pricking sensation in the thumb of the second witch foreshadows, suggest that someone wicked is coming their way. Someone, something wicked. Here Macbeth is the wicked person who enters. Enter Macbeth. How now, you secret black and midnight hags? What is it you do, you mysterious wicked hags that work secretly at midnight? Darkness is associated with witchcraft and evil. What are you doing here? The second meeting. Prepare an answer. Very, very important. Now, before moving on to the next section, quickly try to understand one concept. Witches, they are secret, black, and midnight hags. Secret, mysterious, supernatural. Black, sinister, wicked. Witches were divided into white, grey and black according to the degree of malice attributed to them. And midnight, loving midnight or working at midnight. The meaning of hags, witches. Macbeth addresses the witches over here. He is now their ally, their accomplice. He speaks without any feeling of awe or wonder in these lines, as if he is acquainted, he is familiar with these evil beings. In the beginning, we saw that he was filled with wonder, but now he is not filled with wonder. What does this symbolize? This symbolizes the degeneration of Macbeth. All, a deed without a name. We are doing a deed so wicked that we cannot name it. Macbeth, I conjure you, I solemnly call upon you by that which you profess, however you come to know it. The magic art of prophecy, which you follow as your profession, I request you to answer me. He wants his questions to be answered. Macbeth has many questions. By whatever methods you reach to your conclusion, please answer me. Here, he charges the witches to answer his questions by that skill which they profess to have. However, they may have come to have it. Prophecy. You may let loose all the winds to blow against the holy churches. Though you untie the winds and let them fight, release the storm winds and let them howl violently against church steeples. Though the yesti means foaming, waves, confound and swallow, destroy. Navigation up. Though the witches may lash the waves of the sea into fury to wreck and swallow up the ships. These are the activities done by the witches, the evil activities done by the witches, and Macbeth here is aware of these activities. But here he is associating with the witches for his own selfish interests. And what is that interest? What is the purpose of his communication, of his association with these evil creatures? He wants answers. Though bladed corn be lodged and trees blown down, corn enclosed in the blade, and trees blown down. Though the storm you raise may scatter the ears of corn, uproot trees, blow down castles on the heads of the gods, and raise palaces and pyramids, and throw into a confused heap all the stock of nature, fruitful seeds. Though bladed corn be lodged, trees blown down, though castles topple, fall down on their warders' heads, guards' heads, though palaces and pyramids do slope their heads to their fountains, though the treasure of nature's germans tumble altogether the seeds, even till destruction sicken, answer me to what I ask you. Very, very important. Learn this. Try to quote this. Macbeth does not feel bad about the evil activities done by the witches. He conjures the witches to answer him, even though they unloose every natural bond which assured the world's harmony. Although they are creating chaos, confusion, disturbance, destruction, Macbeth is hardly worried about that, and this shows that he is cut off from nature, which has for him neither sanctity nor stability. Complete degeneration of Macbeth. He is now far off, far away from moral conscience, from the natural order of things. He is freely associating with these supernatural evil creatures. First witch, speak. Second witch, demand. Third witch, we will answer, and they agree. First witch, say, if thou'st rather hear it from our mouths or from our masters, thou wouldest rather prefer, and it means the answers you require. Who are these masters? The three apparitions are meant over here. Evidently, they belong to a higher order of evil spirits than the witches, and Macbeth cannot resist the temptation of seeing them. Macbeth, call them. Let me see them. He is not scared also. He is not having any conscience, any guilty feeling also. He just wants his answers. First which, pour in so's blood that hath eaten her 9 farrow. This is unnatural. Grease that sweaten from the murderer's gibbet throw into the flame. Pour into the cauldron. The previous ritual was not adequate for invoking the masters, and now, therefore, a new ingredient has to be added to the cauldron. The number 9 again is important. Like 3, 9 is also a magic number, being a multiple of 3. Farrow, litter of pigs. Grease, object of throw. What is the meaning of this? Here, the first which says, let us pour into the cauldron the blood of a female pig that has eaten up its litter of 9 young ones. The mother eating up the young ones. Again, this is unnatural evil. And let us throw into the fire the fat that has dripped from the body of a murderer hanged on gallows. Cruelty, evil. So this shows the evil nature of the whole situation. This is reversal of the natural order of things, the moral order of things, and Macbeth has slipped into the unnatural scheme of things. He has gone over to the devil's side. Into the flame, all come high or low, thyself and office deftly show. And we have the appearance of the first apparition, an armed head. Thunder, number 1. You will have to prepare long answer, short answer for this section. Very important. First apparition, first spirit in the form of an armed head, wearing a steel helmet. The armed head represents symbolically Macbeth's head cut off and brought to by Macduff. Very important. So we have foreboding, foreshadowing over here. Tell me, thou unknown power. Unknown power, being who possessed occult powers, magic powers. And here we have irony. The armed head is Macbeth's own, and he is unable to realize this. This is a foreboding, a foreshadowing of his impending destruction, downfall. First which, he knows thy thought, hear his speech, but say thou not. Don't speak, speak nothing, demand no question, but in dumb silence let the apparitions come and go. And the spirits invoked by magic were supposed to be intolerant of question and eager to go back to the spirit world, and therefore the first witch instructs Macbeth not to speak. First apparition, Macbeth, 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 repetition. Beware, a warning, Macduff. Beware the Thane of Fife. Dismiss me, enough, descends. Very, very important. The apparitions are put up and pulled down through trapdoors on the stage, as from within the cauldron. This is the stage setting. What is the warning? The first apparition warns Macbeth against Macduff. And in the previous scene, we saw how Macbeth was suspicious of Macduff. And the first apparition also gives him the same warning. Beware of Macduff, beware of the Thane of Fife. Let me go. I cannot tell you anything more. And Macbeth is now impatient. He wants to know more. Whatever thou art, for thy good caution, thanks. Thou hast harped my fear aright. My suspicion, my fear regarding Macduff, you have proved those fears correct. But one word more. He wants to speak to it once more. O mysterious spirit, whatsoever you are, I thank you for your timely warning. He is grateful. You have rightly guessed my fears. But let me ask you one more thing. But Macbeth cannot order the apparition. The apparition will not wait. First which, he will not be commanded. You cannot order him. Here's another. The second one, more potent than the first, thunder. Second apparition, a bloody child. Very important. Number 2. Very important. Now, more potent, more powerful than the other apparitions. And the second apparition symbolizes Macduff, who was untimely ripped from his mother's womb. We will see this in Act 5. This is again important, a bloody child. Second apparition, Macbeth, Macbeth, Macbeth. Macbeth, had I 3 years, I would hear thee. Again, the number 3, associated with witchcraft. Even if I had more than 2 years, I would with all of them attend exclusively to what you have to say. This shows Macbeth's interest in listening to whatever these apparitions are saying. Macbeth is interested. This is his sole purpose. He has come here to listen to the apparitions. Second apparition, be bloody, spirited, murderous, bold, brave, reckless, resolute, determined, laugh to scorn. Resolute means determined, obstinate, and laugh to scorn, treat as ridiculous. Be overconfident in your sense of immunity from. Very, very important. All the apparitions and their warnings and instructions. The power of man, for none of woman born shall harm Macbeth. And this will fill Macbeth with a kind of overconfidence, a false confidence. And the second apparition also descends. These words are ambiguous, and this ambiguity, this vagueness fills Macbeth with overconfidence and he becomes reckless. Be bloody, bold and determined, defy the power of man, for who can never be harmed by anyone born of a woman. Macbeth, overconfidence of Macbeth. Then live, Macduff. What need I fear of thee? But yet I will make assurance double sure and take a bond of fate. Then let Macduff live. There is no reason why I should fear him. Yet, in order to make my safety doubly secure, I shall make a binding agreement even with fate. And what is that? I shall not let Macduff live, so that I may prove the fears lurking in my mind to be wrong, and sleep peacefully even in troubled times. And take a bond of fate. Thou shalt not live. Determination of Macbeth. Another evil, cruel plot. He will kill Macduff also. So he is not hesitating to commit one murder after the other. That I may tell, pale-hearted fear it lies and sleep in spite of thunder. Why should I be afraid of you, Macduff? What? Why? So, in what respect? And Macbeth will make sure he will kill Macduff and he will provide himself with a double security against Macduff. What is the meaning of bond? Bond of fate, collateral security, guarantee ensuring fulfillment of the prediction made by the second apparition. The bond is thus Macbeth's decision to kill Macduff. The third apparition, a child crowned with a tree in his hand. Again, very, very important stage direction. The third apparition symbolizes Malcolm, who is crowned king after Macbeth, and who orders his soldiers to carry each a bough of Burnham wood in his hand. We will see all these things in Act 5. The third apparition thus symbolizes Malcolm. Macbeth is unaware of these things. These are ambiguous. And in these ways, the apparitions, the evil spirits are filling in Macbeth a false sense of overconfidence. Agents, they become agents of his destruction, of his downfall. What is this that rises like the issue of a king, prince of royal blood? Issue because the apparition is a child, and king because it wears a crown and wears upon his baby brow the round and top of sovereignty. Macbeth, when he sees the child crowned with a tree in his hand, he is surprised. What do I see here that looks like a child born of a king and wears upon his baby brow the crown, the symbol of sovereignty? Third apparition. Be lion mettled. Be as fierce as the lion, proud, self-possessed, disdainful of the power of your enemies. Again, the language is ambiguous. Take no care, do not mind. Who chafes, who shows angry impatience, who frets, is vexed and annoyed. Chafes and frets are synonymous. They refer to popular indignation against Macbeth in Scotland itself. They refer to hatred and anger of the Scottish people, of the Scottish nobles against Macbeth. Or where conspirators are Malcolm, Macduff, Seward and others who are out of Scotland. Don't think of them. Macbeth shall never vanquished be. Macbeth will never be defeated until great Birnam Wood to high Dunsinane Hill shall come against him. Again, important. So, the third apparition tells Macbeth to be as bold as a lion and behave in a very proud manner. There is absolutely no need to bother about who is trying to annoy Macbeth, Shafts. Who is trying to annoy Macbeth or where the people conspiring against him are. Macbeth will never be defeated until the great Birnam Wood, until the great Birnam Forest moves to the high Dunsinane Hill to fight against him, and this is impossible. How can a forest move? And this ambiguity, you will realize the significance of this. This is a foreboding. Moving forests. How can we have moving forests? So Macbeth can be rest assured that nobody will be able to defeat him. Again, lulling him into a false sense of overconfidence. Macbeth, that never will be, that will never be. That is not possible at all. Who can impress the forest? Who can force the forest into military service? Bid the tree unfix his earth-bound root. A tree is deeply rooted in the soil. Therefore, moving forests are not possible at all. Sweet bodements, he is pleased. Sweet bodements. Bodements means omens. Good. Rebellion's head rise never till the wood of Birnam rise. Rebellion's head, rebellious forces. Here, the expression rebellion's head is suggested to Macbeth by the apparition of the armed head, which he misinterprets. And rise means rise in revolt. Rise up on the stage as the apparition has done. The trees cannot uproot themselves from the ground. And our high-placed Macbeth shall live the lease of nature. Shall is bound to live the lease of nature, live on for the term of years allotted by nature. That is, he will not be killed. Pay his breath, die in the natural course, yield up his life only when its course of time is complete on earth. To time, the mortal custom. What is mortal custom? Mortal custom means customary mortality. universal obligation to die. Macbeth will not be killed. He will die a normal death. Death will overpower him in due course of time. And here the image is of a debtor who pays his debts only at the last moment, only because he cannot possibly avoid payment. Macbeth will also not be able to escape the inevitability of death, and then he will die. Otherwise, nobody else will be able to kill Macbeth. Yet, Macbeth's heart longs to know one more thing. He is still impatient. He is still restless. He wants to know one more thing. Yet my heart throbs to know one thing. Tell me, if your art can tell so much, shall Banquo's issue ever reign in this kingdom? This fear is still lurking in his mind because Fleance has escaped. Seek to know no more. I will be satisfied. I am determined to satisfy my curiosity. Deny me this. If you deny me this, and an eternal curse fall on you, you may be damned forever. Let me know. I want my answer. Why sings that cauldron? And the cauldron disappears below the stage. And what noise is this? Hot boys. Noise, music of the hot boys. Let him see for himself and thus feel the bitterness of knowing that Banquo's descendants are the future kings of Scotland. And therefore, the first witch tells, show. Second witch, show. Third witch, show. Show him. Show his eyes and grieve his heart. Come like shadows, so depart. A show of 8 kings. The last with you, glass in his hand, and ghost of Banquo following. Very, very important. Like shadows, they are not to speak as apparitions did. So, also like shadows. See, here we have the picture. This is significant. Thou art too like the spirit of Banquo down. Thy crown does sear mine eyeballs. Thou means here Robert II, a descendant of Banquo. Art too like. Art too like means resemble so very closely that I cannot doubt the relationship. Thy crown does sear mine eyeballs. The crown on your head causes my eyeballs to burn. Sear means burn, scorch. To the first king in the show, Macbeth says, you bear too close a resemblance to Banquo, and the crown you're wearing burns my eyes. And to the second king, he says, and your hair, thou other gold-bound brow, is like the first. And the second king is Robert II, son of Robert. Robert III, son of Robert II, gold-bound, wearing a golden crown. Like the first means like that of the first. And your hair, bound with a crown, is like that of the first. And to the witches, he speaks to the witches. A third is like the former. And here is the third one, just like the first. Third means James first, son of Robert III. Filthy hags, why do you show me this? He is disturbed. He is perturbed. What is the meaning of this? You dirty hags, why do you show me all this? And now a fourth also. Start, eyes. He is very disturbed. Let my eyes come out of their sockets. What? Will the line stretch out to the crack of doom? Will this dynasty continue to rule Scotland till the last judgment? Crack of doom, thunder peal announcing the day of judgment, or the blast of the world. Crack means noise and doom means judgment. Another, it's James IV, son of James III, the sixth in the procession. Seventh, James V, son of James IV. A seventh, I will see no more. And yet the eighth appears. Eighth means James VI of Scotland and James I of England, grandsons on the daughter's side of James V. And yet the eighth appears, who bears a glass. What is the meaning of glass? Mirrors were very widely used in magic. which shows me many more kings. I don't want to see any more. And yet the eighth appears holding a mirror in his hand in which I can see many others yet to come. Some of them appear to be holding 2 orbs and 3 scepters. What a horrible sight! Now I realize that all this is going to be true, since Banquo, with his hair matted with blood, smiles upon me and points at them to indicate that they are his descendants. Very, very important. Which shows me many more, and some I see that 2-fold balls and treble scepters carry. Horrible sight. Now I see it is true. For the blood-boltered Banquo smiles upon me. Very, very important realization. Having his hair matted with thick blood. Macbeth sees Banquo now as he saw his ghost in Act 3, Scene 4. Boltered means here matted, forming clots. This shows the ghastliness of the assassination of Banquo. And points at them for his, indicates by means of gestures that the long line of kings is descended from Banquo. Apparitions vanish. What? Is this so? First which? Sir, all this is so. This is all we have. But why stands Macbeth thus amazedly? The reaction of Macbeth. He is standing in blank perplexity as if paralyzed by astonishment. Very, very important. Paralyzed by astonishment. So he is unable to understand the significance of all this astonishment. Come, sisters, cheer we up his spirits and show the best of our delights. I'll charm the air to give a sound while you perform your antic round. Delights means diversions, amusements. I shall, by means of my magic power, enchant the air to play music to your dancing. That this great king may kindly say, our duties did his welcome pay, music the witches dance and then vanish with Hecate. So, this is how it will be, Macbeth. But why should Macbeth stand so dazed? Come, sisters, let us raise his spirits and show him the best of our tricks. I will charm the air to produce music while you two should perform your strange ring dance, so that this great king may kindly say that we did our duty well to welcome him. Macbeth, where are they gone? Let this pernicious hour stand accursed in the calendar. Come in without there. So, pernicious means wicked, in which I have witnessed what I most strongly detest. What has he witnessed? Banquo's descendants as kings. Let this evil hour be regarded as the most cursed one in the calendar. And there is Lennox waiting. Lennox, what's your grace's will? What does your majesty command? Saw you the weird sisters? Lennox, no, my lord. Came they not by you? Did you not see them? Lennox, no, indeed, my lord. So this is significant. Banquo could see the witches, but Lennox did not see the witches. And Macbeth is so amazed that he speaks about the witches to Lennox. Macbeth, infected by the air whereon they ride, and damned all those that trust them. Macbeth is damning himself with unconscious dramatic irony over here. A broad hint of the growing impression of Macbeth that he is in pursuit of illusions. Who was it come by? Who was it that came? Bring you word, come to inform you. 2 or 3, my lord, that bring you word. And what is the word? What is the message? Macduff is fled to England and Macbeth is very, very angry. My good lord, time thou anticipatest my dread exploits. Anticipatest? Preventest me from executing by not giving me an opportunity, and my dread exploits, the fearful deeds that I contemplate. The flightly purpose never is overtook unless the deed go with it. Flightly, fleeting, swift. And what is the deed over here? Unless the plan is laid and the deed done at the same time, the deed may never catch up with the plan. Therefore, Macbeth here decides to put his plans into execution. From now onwards, the first thought of my heart will be the first action of my hand. I will not delay anything. I will execute my plans from this moment. The very firstlings of my heart shall be the firstlings of my mind. So execution of his murderous thoughts. He will implement his murderous thoughts into actions. Therefore, he will commit more murders. And even now, to crown my thoughts with acts, be it thought and done, the castle of Macduff I will surprise. This is his evil plot. To crown my thoughts with acts, to put my plans into action, the castle of Macduff I will surprise. I will storm the castle of Macduff. Very important. Short answer question. Prepare this. The castle of Macduff I will surprise. I will seize upon Fife. Seize upon Fife. Give to the edge of the sword. I will put to death his wife and children and all his relations who are unfortunate enough to be tied to him by blood. Just observe the cruelty, the mercilessness, the brutality of Macbeth. Give to the edge of the sword his wife, his babes, even children. Women will not be spared, and all unfortunate souls that trace him in his blood. Just because these people are related to Macduff, Macbeth will not spare them. The heartlessness of Macbeth. He is now without any conscience. Very, very important. Killing Macduff's wife, children and relations shows the cruelty of Macbeth, complete degeneration, criminality of Macbeth. No boasting like a fool. This deed I will do before this purpose cool. What will he do? He will commit this crime immediately. I shall not boast like a fool. I will kill them instantly. But no more sights. Where are these gentlemen? Come, bring me where they are. I have seen enough of ghost apparitions and dumb shows. Macbeth has now killed the conscience that spoke to him in visions and hallucinations. He will not seek the help of the witches again. Very, very important. He will not see the witches again. Now he will act. He will do whatever it takes to ensure his own safety. Where are these gentlemen? Come bring me where they are, but no more sights, no supernatural visions and hallucinations. He has made up his mind. Dear students, this is the end of very important Act 4, Scene 1.